Alright guys, so every year I like to do a video like this right before Amazon's Prime Day deals where I'm kind of highlighting a lot of what SoundPEATS is going to have for sale. Now this is not a sponsored video, this is just strictly the fact that I've always liked what they've put out, I like the value they bring, and I think they kind of fly under the radar, at least with a lot of other reviewers. So we're going to talk about 4 different products and we're going to talk about them being on sale. SoundPEATS even sent a code that you guys are going to be able to use during Prime Day deals that's going to take an extra 10% off. I don't make anything from this, this is just simply something that SoundPEATS wants to offer you guys. And I'll have it all linked in the description. Now the first one we're going to talk about, this one's the most exciting one for me. It is the SoundPEATS H3. Now the H3 has been one of my favorite sounding true wireless earbuds, but I wasn't like the biggest fan that it came out in gold, and like that was the only color that it was available in. And since then they have now released it in a black version, so this kind of gives me an opportunity to showcase that model. It looks so much better in my opinion. It's very clean, and it is still to this day one of the best sounding true wireless earbuds that you can get. But now because of Amazon's Prime Day deals, the earbud normally retails for $129. You're going to be able to pick it up for around 80 bucks. And to me, that's just an absolute steal for what you're getting. This is a noise canceling pair of earbuds, and that's not really the big selling point. The noise canceling is okay. This one is all about the sound, because this pair supports Snapdragon sound if you have a phone that actually supports this. It has LDAC playback, it gives you aptX lossless. It's using a custom 12mm dynamic driver mixed with 2 balanced armature drivers. This is what is allowing this to have some really punchy bass, but also some very detailed mids and some really crystal clear highs. This is just a very dynamic sounding true wireless earbud. You can do a lot of different tuning within the app. You also have multi-point connection, so you can connect to more than one device at a time. And the battery life is also pretty decent on this, especially considering the fact that it's having to push this many drivers, because you're getting 7 hours on the earbuds and about 44 hours using the case. But again, all of this goes back to being one of the best sounding earbuds, and the fact that you can get it for $80 is definitely a hell of a value. Now the next one on the list is the Clip 1. Now, obviously the clip-on style earbuds are some of the most popular ones going on right now. This pair is one that normally comes in at $69, but with the deal going on and the coupon code that they sent, you're going to be able to pick them up for about $38. And this, to me, again, is kind of a no-brainer, because as a clip-on style earbud, this one is also high-res certified because it supports LDAC playback. It also has Dolby Audio. It has some pretty decent protection against water because it does come in rated at IPX5. The battery life on these is going to get you through a full day, which is important in this style of earbud that's made to be worn all day. You can get 8 hours on the earbuds themselves and about 40 hours total using the case. And this is another one that supports multi-point connection. So you can connect it to 2 devices, like if you're connected to your laptop and your phone, where if you're listening to music and then a call comes in, it'll just automatically switch over. And the sound that you're getting out of these is not your typical clip-on style earbud sound. This one actually delivers some really decent punch in the low end, so it doesn't sound flat or tinny. It still has a lot of detail to it, but again, it kind of has that dynamic approach. It's just a fun clip-on style earbud to listen to, and again, it's just an excellent deal during these sales. Now the next one on the list is the SoundPEATS Air6 HS, and in my opinion this is a direct competitor to Apple's AirPods, the original AirPods, because it's just made to sit in your ears. There's no ear tips, just kind of hangs there, and this is for people that normally can't use ear tips or don't like to use ear tips. But the value, if you're going to compare it to AirPods, which is obviously a lot more expensive, the Air6 HS normally only retails for $39, so it's already not an expensive earbud, but during this sale and with the coupon again, it's going to come in at only 25 bucks. And again, it's another one that's high-res certified with LDAC playback. They're using very large 13mm custom dynamic drivers. Again, it's another pair that supports LDAC playback. You're still getting the same IPX5 water protection that the Clip 1 has. Battery life is extremely good, coming in at 9 hours on the earbuds and about 45 hours using the case. But again, the selling point point is the sound. I feel like these already sound better than Apple's AirPods in my opinion, because it has a much more dynamic approach. I feel like you're getting better bass out of the Air6 HS, and I also feel like the clarity is better out of these. Plus you get a lot more EQ options within SoundPEATS app. This is an excellent value at $25. It was already a good value at $39, so I definitely wanted to bring up the Air6 HS. Now the next one on the list is one that I actually have not covered on the channel, and this is a wireless over-the-ear noise canceling pair of headphones, which is the Cove Pro. This one comes in normally at $79, but during the deals you'll be able to pick it up for only $40, so it's technically half of the retail price. And like I said, it does have noise canceling, but it actually has adaptive noise canceling. So there's like 7 different modes that it will switch between depending on whatever environment or listening situation that you're in. So that's actually a huge plus on a pair of wireless headphones in this price range. They are also using custom 40mm drivers that they made specifically for these. It is again another high-res wireless certified pair that supports LDAC playback. There's a gaming mode, so if you want to cut down latency, if you're watching a movie or playing games, you just switch it over into this mode. This will definitely cut down the battery life, so do keep that in mind. But the battery life on these is extremely impressive. On a single charge, the headphones, obviously with the noise canceling off and the LDAC off, you can get about 95 hours of battery life. So if you are going to use noise canceling, it's going to take a dip. If you're going to use LDAC, it's going to take another dip. But you're still going to get more battery life than most wireless noise canceling headphones out in the market. This is a pair that uses the pleather ear pads, but it does have memory foam. It's very lightweight, and just again another pair that you could just kind of leave on your head and kind of forget that they're there. But the important thing here is the sound quality, and this is another area where these just don't disappoint. I'm surprised at how well they compete with much more expensive headphones. Bass has plenty of punch, the treble's nice and bright, the mids have a lot of detail, and again, you could go in SoundPEATS app, and there's plenty of customization options. But this pair, I really like the way that it was tuned out of the box. I felt like obviously it had that dynamic approach. I didn't feel like it was holding anything back, and it did a really good job going through all the different genres that I listened to. Again, I didn't feel like there was any weak point in here, and that's pretty big in a pair of wireless noise canceling headphones that you can pick up for 40 bucks. But guys, that wraps up my video. Again, this was kind of just a quick rundown of the deals that SoundPEATS is going to have going on, starting on, I believe it's the 23rd, which is in this case tomorrow. I don't remember how long the deals go on. I'll have it all in the description, along with the coupon code that you can use to get the extra 10% off. And again, I just want to thank SoundPEATS for offering that deal to our viewers. Again, this is not a sponsored video, but I like to support the companies that I've always just felt really have something. Obviously, Sony, Bose, and Sennheiser, a lot of those companies always get talked about, but it doesn't mean there's not some incredible audio companies out there that's just kind of flying under the radar. And SoundPEATS, in my opinion, is one of those that's bringing really good value, and these are some of those that you're going to be able to find during their Prime Day deals. But thank you so much for checking out this video. Thank you so much for checking out all the other videos, and as always, make sure to stay tuned for more.